Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 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 1, 2. Testing, testing. Testing, 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 1, 2. Testing, testing. I think that should be good. All right. So I'm looking at I see SPRB woke up from Friday, or I believe it was Friday. Why is half of my face on here? Good morning, Lori. Seeing SPRB woke up from Friday. I do think it's just letting out bag holders before it's ready to go down. PAYA was the top volume coming out of pre-market with 10 million shares traded on it. So we'll see what all these want to end up doing. 2. Watching Donnell says he's watching CNTX. Let's pop over there and see what that is. CNTX. Let me pop over. CNTX. It is up 52%. It looks like it's on TOS, looks like it's playing in this gap a little bit. Had a previous gap here from 112 up to maybe the body of this candle, I'll say 140. And then the body of this is $1. So about 140 to $1 kind of playing within this range on CNTX. A couple of levels there. Coming down to 117 right now, so right in this gap. So this looks like it's trying to do a gap fill, maybe a gap fill fail. I don't know what it's trying to do in here. The news on it is that they're entering a manufacturing agreement for bi-specific antibody targeting Claudin. 6 positive cancers. 6 positive cancers. Oh, that's the end. Okay. So manufacturing agreement there. CNTX. All right. So yeah, these are what my scans are looking like today. SPRB. It's up there, but we'll see how it competes on the day with these top two. It's already number 3 on the day, only up about 20%, right under 20%, with a little bit lower volume than it had on Friday. Well, I say a lot lower volume than it had on Friday. A couple of these haven't even reached 1 million shares yet. G-Sun, MEGL, TBLT, Cosm, all of these weak stocks not even really getting any trading right now. So the only low float that I see that's actually doing anything above $2 is SPRB. What's up, Diggs? All right, let me flip back over to Street Smart. If you guys see anything else that you want to look over, anything, just let me know in the chat. Paya, Tesla, AMYT is up 100%, but definitely that volume's not pouring in. PFE, Pfizer. What's the news on Pfizer? Israeli study shows Pfizer, BioNTech, and Omicron COVID booster cuts hospitalization in over 40 or over 65s. Okay, so some good news for Pfizer for people over 65. Let's see. But we'll see if it can compete on a day. SPRB continuing to try to push to highs. Previous levels we saw on Friday was this top level here, 315, the body of this candle, and then it kind of pumped up there all the way to 350s. My trade on this one was I took one trade on the bounce of the 240 back into the 250s. I was only looking for about 10 cents. It did give me the 10 cents there. And then I took another trade later on in the day here at the 225s is what I started seeing hold, and so that's where I got my average was 227, 2 cents off, because I was like, wow, I want to see it hold the 225 a little bit, but it did hold the 225, got me back up here. But on this the first trade I took 1,000 shares. This trade I didn't really know if it could get back up, so I only took 100 shares there, which gave me a little bit, but I was like, okay, well, it was a winner. It did end up coming down, so I was like, okay, whatever. What in the world I just do? I just shifted to a daily chart. Anyway, yeah. But right now, I'll erase my resistance lines there. So 350, body of this candle. Then I had a line in the sand of $2. And then the previous hold spot was about 225. There we go. All right, all set back up there. But yeah, looking like it's getting a little bit more pressure here. And now we can actually look at the level twos to see if there's any levels of interest. What are there more levels of interest on the ask side or the bid side? Are there more people waiting to short this thing or buy this thing? So what I usually look for is like around maybe 10 to 20,000 shares sitting on the books. It may or may not be real, but I like to take notes on those things sitting out there. So if we look down the bid, we see there's one at the 244s on the bid side. Okay, so that's pretty much the biggest one I see there, 244. And then if we look on the ask side, let's see, we see one nice size one at $3. And what we want to see is if it's going to be a strong level of resistance. A lot of times it's a lot of shares close range. So we see one at $3 right here. And then we can look down a little bit more. We see one at 305 right there. And then let's see, continue on. $3, 305, and then a 350 for 22,000. So there's a lot of interest and shorten this thing. Okay, a lot more than it was the buying pressure on Friday. On Friday there was a lot of interest, a lot of big interest over here on the bid side. But yeah, you can take notes on that. $3, 305, and then the 350s up here. Add that to the notes. So on the ask side, we got the $3 level for, I think it was like right around 10K. I'm not gonna put the 10K or whatever. I just know there was a level of interest here, 305, and then 350. So it's got to break. It's got to break this 305, and it may not even break it. It may just stay constant resistance, and people just are bag holding this thing. But we'll see. Lori says Sun is also moving. SONN. Okay, ARMP as well. So ARMP, Sun, and BBBY, Bed Bath and Beyond. Okay, so let's look at these ones. First one was SONN, Sun. It is up 32%. Let me look at the, does it have any kind of catalyst or anything? Summit Biotherapeutics announces a collaboration with Roche for the clinical evaluation of Sun 1010 with oh my goodness, what in the world is that word? Oh, well, maybe somebody else can pronounce it. Okay, so this word right here, atezolizumab in ovarian cancer. That's the best I got. So ovarian cancer over there in Sun. And then the other one was ARMP. Woo, only 40 shares traded on the day. What kind of company is this? Let me see. ARMP. ARMP. They are in on December 22nd. It says it completed a phase 1B2A trial of PAO2 for to treat pseudomonas, some type of infection there. Don't know how rare that is, but they're Lori says they're awaiting FDA approval. And then Bed Bath and Beyond. What's the other one? Bed Bath and Beyond. Okay, Bed Bath and Beyond. Stock rallies despite looming specter of potential bankruptcy. Okay. I do know, I think one of the owners or something had pumped a lot of capital into the company. I don't know if Bed Bath and Beyond will survive. Did fall off quite a bit, down to $1.31 when it was up to, I mean, what, $25, $30. So it's definitely at a, oh, if we look over here on TOS, it is close to the lows here. So it actually broke down the lows. 344 was that low of what's that, 20, a low of a while ago. This thing showing me all of the, this doesn't look like all of its time. Oh yeah, it's showing me its max daily chart on TOS. Okay. All right, but yeah, 344, it broke down at 344 down here and looking like it wants to go and test the sub dollars. We'll see if it actually ends up doing that. But yeah, definitely lower prices than it was. But is it the lower price? Does it have a reasoning to be lower? Is the value actually that low? You know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. CNTX giving up the ghost back towards $1. Lot of sell-off pressure up here. Again, see how crazy these numbers can get on the level twos. It's kind of hard to distinguish where the levels of interest is because it's so cheap. We got an 18,000 here. We got a 105 here. We got a 103 here. We got a 15,000 there. Look at all those shares. Prepare what if that starts to slip? If these people become scaredy cats, this thing could flush hard. So I'm like, look, 28,000 right there at the 95 cents. See, I don't like all that. That's like a build up for a nice flush there. Even with the volume, I just I don't know if it can hold up $1. It's only 14 cents away, and all it takes is these people to flip sides to go to become sellers. Then on the ask side, we see the 125s, 130s, 132s. I mean, this thing's going to be a chop factory. It may get through one, it may not, it may hit a wall. It's just going to be just a roller coaster, you know. SPRB is coming on down. It hit a high up here. We had previously saw this little range in here on Friday. Could not get back to that range. I think that it was just letting out bag holders here. It gave them a chance to get as close to their loser as possible if they bought this breakout, which was 320 right at the 325s. It couldn't even get over the 3 over here. So we'll put that as new resistance there right at $3. And since this is old resistance, I'll change the color of it so I know that it's old resistance. What color do I want to use as old resistance? I don't know. I'll use white as old resistance. Just a bland old color white. All right, so this is the pre-market resistance here at $3, and then these are the old resistance. So we'll see how it behaves. The blue line was the line in the sand. I don't like looking or trading stocks under $2. They give me bad juju. Bad juju. Because those ranges are so tight. Now they could give good moves, but you got to get in big, and that's one thing I'm not willing to do on most of these, especially these that are already in the trash can. Even if you do have the capital, you may end up over trading because you get chopped around so much. SONN coming down back below the previous bodies of pre-market, hit a high up here of 215s. And the body was what, 184 there. 6 million shares traded on that one. SPRB, man, looking like it wants to get on back down to that $2. And you know, crazy thing is, when I used to see moves like this, I would see them come down, and I'd be like, oh wow, this thing's ripping back up. This thing could probably continue, right? And then when I look at it and look at the news and everything that's going on in comparison to this previous dip day, it's like these are just people trying to escape. These are people that want to be sellers today. You know, think about somebody that's still holding. Let's say they did buy this high and now they're trying to hold through all this and they're like, oh, it came up a little bit, just a little bit of hope, and now it's coming on back down. Well, where would their line in the sand be? Would it be $2 or would they continue to hold even under $2? Holding hope, baby. Holding hope. Pay only thing above $2, and it's not looking great itself. Pretty flat up here, but it's got 11 million shares traded on it, so I guess it's not just all the way a joke. Got about 9 minutes to the bell. So if you guys are seeing anything else, let me know, because my scans are looking dry. Dry. Tesla up to 117. So it moved from last week. Let me see, what was the beginning of last week? January 2nd through the 6th. So it moved from 105s back up to the 113s on Tesla. Just kind of slowing down there. It did have a gap down. Feel that little gap there here from the 119 down to 112s. I guess that was a gap. Feel that, and now coming back up to test these maybe 15s, and we'll see what kind of action goes on there if it wants to take over on the day again. Because Tesla, man, once it gets ramped up, it will take all the attention on the day. Also need to watch the SPY, because as the SPY was ripping into Friday afternoon, Tesla was going bonkers. The SPY is actually at 390 here. So definitely holding out of this previous trend here. This downward trend continuing and actually looking like it's building a new trend. So had a low down here of 347. We'll see how that holds, and I'll extend this to the right. Yeah. So we'll be able to see that. See if it can hold that, or will it just consolidate and continue to test around there. But yeah, nice little movement on the SPY, coming down for 3 consecutive what is this, months? Let's see, February, no, for the whole year basically. Just a little pull down on the SPY. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and now we're into a new year, and it's looking like it's trying to shift something or either consolidate in this range. Shift back upwards, I mean. New year, new me, says the SPY. So they continue to move down on the ask on SPBR. At first, the ask was all the way at 350. There was a size there, but they continue to move down. If we scroll up a little bit, we'll see 305s. We'll see them even getting under the $3 now. 25,000 shares there at $3. And I think that's the last one. Once we see them start getting under there, I'm thinking it's going to have a nice little push downward on SPRB. 5 minutes to the bell. Any other call outs before we hit this thing? Remember that today is Monday. Trading is something that is definitely not easy. You have to have a strategy, have to have some kind of mentality to take profits, have to have some kind of risk management system. So definitely it is definitely risky. You can make money, but you can definitely lose money out here in these streets. So I would say take those true A plus setups. A lot of people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take an A plus setup. And it's like you see them get in, it's like, was that an A plus setup though? What was your thesis behind that? What was your thesis? And so what I do, actually, well, I guess I didn't show you guys the document I have here. This is what I kind of these are the questions that I like to ask about my trades. How the questions that I try to form my thesis on, right? Got pre-trade questions, my boundaries and notes to consider, and then my post-trade questions, right? So, number one question, is this thing a top 10 volume mover? Is everybody able to see this thing? Is it a low float? Does it have a catalyst? Now, that one can give me a little bit of fire, a little bit more incentive to get in, but it doesn't have to have a catalyst, right? What's the competition on the day? What is the high of day and has it been retested? What are the levels of support for this stock? Are the shorts strongly winning? Because I'm dip buying. So I want to see the shorts win first. If a trader was to open up their scanners at the moment that you are trading that stock, would that ticker or stock be something that they see? Is the retracement worth the risk, right? And are there any large areas of interest on level 2s for support or resistance that are noticeable? And that's why I look for that 10, 20K, 30K, 1,000 shares sitting out there on the books for levels of interest. And I take note of that. Boundaries, never trade a stock with low relative volume, but has a big range. The spreads and illiquidity make it hard to enter and exit positions properly. If there's too much commotion in the market, like we got too many big movers, too much going on, too many eyes going everywhere, I'm like, yeah, I might lay back. If a stock is indecisive, where it begins to fall but then snaps back, it's kind of just indecisive. I kind of lay back on those too. It just I'm like, nah. Indecisive stocks, they burn my mental patience. They just burn through it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm getting tired. Let me get up and take a walk, you know? And that's what this one's talking about. Just take a break. You know, if it doesn't know what it wants to do, I don't know what I want to do either. So I'm gonna go for a walk. And then the post-trade questions. Did I review pre-trade questions before the trade? What did I learn or observe that made me interested or want to enter the trade? Was my thesis valid or invalid? Did I exit positions at a pre-selected level as planned? Was the thesis worth the risk after having hindsight? And how did this stock affect my emotional state? So those are my pre-trade questions, my boundaries, and then my post-trade questions that I have there. But yeah, we're about to open up in about 40 seconds. I think SPRB was one I just wanted to see fall. Only up 12%. Already failed to make those previous highs there. Other than that, though, we have CNTX under $2, Bed Bath and Beyond, Paya. So really nothing that I see that I'm like really hardcore gung ho on. Kind of just an observation morning, especially with it being a Monday morning, start of the week. I'm okay. I don't have to spin my wheels on Monday. All right, so market just opened. SPRB. Go ahead and take them on home. So it had the body of this candle it closed below the previous, this pre-market, 290 area. So we'll see if it can chip around a little bit. Getting on down there, everything going red here. SPY even going red. It had a huge rip up on Friday, so I'm guessing it's gonna have to either go flat or come down a bit just to rest, man. Blew a lot of wallets out of place on Friday. Okay, so let's flip over here to Street Smart. Right now, CNTX had a high of the 140s, a lot of resistance coming back into this little war zone. 14 million shares traded. And now that the actual people are trading now, we can see there's a little bit of level of interest at the 111s. 28,000 shares there. Some of the other sizes have moved. And then the next one is at $1, level. So we'll see what that action is at 111s there. On the ask, let's see. Man, they're coming on down, 196. So we'll see what it just bounced down to 111s there. Finding a little bit of bounce there, but of course this is not even the first 15 minutes. So I'll see what it wants to do above those 111s. Can it crack the 111s headed down to the $1? Since that was the previous level of interest there, 28,000 shares. Will that be broken here? Yep, getting on. Look at them cracking it. Oh my goodness, it's just disappearing. 111s. There's the break of 111. And so that dollar was the next catch point with 15,000. A lot of shares around here, but I don't know if these are real shares or spoofed values. This is just a level of interest. So I don't know if these are more shorts that want to get in before the break of $1. But hey, it could be. I don't know. All right. What was the other one? SPRB. Small bounce above the 250s. Level of interest still down there at the 244s, 10,000 shares. And the thing is, the way the algorithm works, it works towards where the shares are, so it can feel those shares. That's how it wants to work. So I'm like, okay, well, you do your thing, algorithm. I'm not gonna play against you. If you want to get down there to the 244s or maybe lower, you do your thing. I'm not gonna fight the algo. All right, so I'm gonna start cleaning up. Get Pi out of here. It's not doing anything. Sun taking a nice little dip down. Levels of interest 148. It's pretty close, but nothing under that. Let's see the ask. 195s on the ask. Okay. So yeah, Sun down 10% since the open. Tesla up to 118s, went all the way up there to the 120s and came back into indecision. Lori called out NVOS. NVOS up 140 or 110% on NVOS. 20 million shares traded. Moved from the 20 cents up to the 32 cents there. NVOS, do you have some news or something? No news, but it's definitely got the top volume there. And as long as it's winning, I won't be. I'm definitely not trading anything else. They ain't taking all the attention, huh? 30 cents. Ooh, 46,000 at 26 cents. Let's see, any huge sizes up here though? 14,000 at the 35s. What was the high of that? 33. Lots of numbers moving. Okay. CNTX looking like it's about to break $1 down there. So yeah, if you guys see things below $2, I'm probably not gonna see them because unless the way my scanners are set up, I just don't look for them. But you know, it's always nice to see a little bit of action in the market when everything on my side is dead. I've only taken 3 trades this year, and all 3 of those were green, so I'm good to go on the month for right now. Just looking for quality setups that are aligning with my rules and stuff. And I am very kind of strict with myself, bump my head a whole lot and just, I'm like, nah, bro. Gotta stick to, gotta, and pretty much all of my trades kind of look similar now. When I look across the board, it's pretty much the same trade. It may blow up, it may do something different back up to the upside, but for the most part, it's the same trade. Donnell said no trades for me. Oh man, you gotta stick 10 toes in, though, Donnell. You gotta stick those toes in there and see what the fire's talking about. Cause that's all I see right now is fire everywhere. Nah, I'm kidding. I would definitely say, um, I know Donnell. We're always in the Discord. Um, especially later on in the day once I'm done streaming, talking about these stocks, looking at different stocks, looking at different key levels that are getting hit. And there are a lot of opportunities. A lot of people they say, "Oh yeah, I stopped trading after the morning and everything," but there's still a lot of opportunities out there if you know what you're looking for. Even after the open volume kind of decreases, there's still some opportunity. I mean, because matter of fact, the trade that I took on SPRB here, the secondary trade was better than the first trade. The first trade was just a little scalp down here, but this trade here, if I took the same size from 25 up to 45 cents, it's like 25 cents on that 1,000 shares that I used back here. Um, that's a nice little gain. That's 250 bucks. But yeah, I just took both trades, but size down on this one because I didn't really know what it wanted to do. But I'm okay doing that. Just staying safe, preserving profits on the day. Because the only way you can have a green month is you have to preserve profits on each individual day. MVOS throwing that wick up there to 33 and coming back down here to the almost back to the 25. Let's see if it'll get back under 25 there. And then Tesla is the next thing that is the number 2 on the day. Jump back over here to the scans real quick. Tesla, Paya. TBLT, everything in the low floats is like dead or dying. All right, it did break down 25 or almost breaking. It's hard testing 25. Tesla with a nice dip down here, had a flat, got up here to the 120s for resistance, and flat top here at 118 resistance. So we'll see what that wants to do. I wonder, yeah, the spies also broke down the 390s. If it takes a break, though, I think Tesla will also take a break. SPRB continuing down, looking like it wants to get under that 225 level. But don't see any big sizes sitting out here as levels of interest anymore on SPRB. Nobody trying to buy that, but let's see if there's some shorts here. There's a 19,000 share. It was a 22,000 share there at $3 at first, but I think it's just losing overall interest. Only up 2% on the day. So this is where that question comes in. If someone was to open up their scans right now, would they see this thing? Would this thing look great to them? They'd be like, wait, this thing's up 2%, down 10% on the day. It's like, no. Who's gonna be dip buying this one, right? They're gonna be seeing something like NBOS with 28 million shares, up 66%. They're gonna be seeing that kind of thing. So that would take SPRB off the list. You can't even. It's the competition is too great on the day. Even though NBOS is getting pushed back to the graveyard, still it's how it looks to people, right? That's why it has so much volume in the first place. People are very FOMO-ish. They will FOMO into anything. And think about it. If people are opening up their scans late, let's say if they haven't looked at the market at all and they already had that anxiety of, hey, I missed my trade, or hey, I've done this or whatever, they're coming in. Appreciate that subscribe or follow. Let me go and see who that was. Martin. Martin, appreciate that follow over on Twitch. But yeah, you just have to kind of analyze the whole market before you take your trade. If there's too much competition, it's like, all right, I'll let you have it for today, because I know that one day this week I will make money. There will be an opportunity, even if it's a small opportunity. I will capitalize on it. All right, CNTX down 17%, has now broken down the dollar. So that is not looking too great. Go ahead and clean that off of there. What's up, Martin? What kind of stocks are you into, man? Are you into stocks, forex, or what are you into, man? Because I know most of the time some people are just looking for any kind of day trading live stream, but you know, Donnell, you said you are APGN up into a halt. APGN, that one is a new one, isn't it? That one hasn't shown up. Oh, okay, it's right at $2. About to do a $2 break here. But yeah, let me drop that Discord link as well for anybody that wants to get into the Discord. For the times that I'm not streaming, that's where I'm at. If you have any you have any stocks you're watching, or trades you've taken, or trades you want to take, you know, we do all kinds of analysis in there. So let me grab that Discord link here as well. Let's see. And this is the best way to reach me out of everything. I mean, put it in the Discord, I'll be right there. It's almost like sending me a text message. All right, so Martin says I would like to learn forex. Okay. So what are some of the things that you already, I guess I would have to ask, what drew you to forex? What are some things that you know about forex that and you don't have to type all this. This is just some questions that I went over when I was looking at forex as well. Um a couple of things. The reason that I kind of swayed to the stock market was Forex has a worldwide information log that you need to kind of understand. The different aspects of whatever countries, the GDP. There's a lot of stuff you got to take into consideration, but there are some profits to be made in Forex. I know when I was doing it, I was well, I started using MetaTrader, but that was when it was like MetaTrader 3 or something. I think they got MetaTrader 5 now. Um, and I think I was using TOS to look at the different Forex. Was it TOS looking at Forex exchanges, or was I using MetaTrader for that too? I think TOS has something. Yeah, it's got Forex Trader. Okay, yeah, I was using TOS. I was thinking, wasn't it TOS? Yeah. But yeah, Forex definitely has some opportunities out there. Um, but yeah, understanding that global market, the country to country relationships, the yearly changes. Oh, what's up, Dallas? Back in the house. APGN just came out of halts there. Halted up right under the $2. Has a high up here of 216 with 13 million shares traded on it. Dallas, did you ever do any forex trading, or have you always been with the stock market as well? Because I know, I mean, when it comes to trying to find a trade strategy, you have to try things out. Like some people, they get in the forex, they're like, man, I love this, or they start in options or the stock market, then move the forex, and they're like, man, I really like this. So you kind of have to find kind of like where you want to settle. Uh, APGN testing right above this $2. Let me look on the ask here. Ask, there is a level of 10,000 shares sitting on the books at 225. Any other sizes there? What was the high of that? 210, so not quite 225. Not quite the high. Found resistance at that previous high there at 215 on APGN. It is up quite a bit, 120%. Um, Now, what when it comes to easier to learn, every single see, the thing is, there is no easier to learn. It's what strategy that you have to look at how you react in the market, how you take how the market affects you emotionally, how what kind of distractions that you have during your trading or while you're trading, and what market is feasible or is open at the point that you can take you can participate. um it you can look at how your schedule works. If you work a day job, maybe the stock market could or could not be something. If you I have a day job, but like I try to manage my schedule where I'm able to actually do some trading. um but it's like it's you have to take your whole life and say what market is going to be applicable to my life, not just to this day or to this trade or to this. And also, you probably need to do some paper trading. I think Forex has a couple of paper trading applications where you can actually try out some of the things. I'll look it up and put it in the. I could drop it in the Discord. I think, did I already drop that Discord link? I dropped the Discord link, but I'll put it in the Discord for some Forex practice traders. And that's the best way to do it. See what kind of practice trading you can do with your schedule before putting real money on the line. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way. And then with that, you be like, okay, well, traded forex, but I just don't have the time to sit there and do this or that, or I traded stocks and I just don't have the patience to do whatever. I want to do a swing trade. I want to trade longer. I want to get in a trade, hold it for a week, do that kind of thing. And you can do that in any market, but you have to know, which market that really works for you. APGN going through the roof. I did not even see it. Up $2 up to 240 there. up 171% there on the day. There was a 10,000 share size at the 225s though, on the ask, but that 225 disappeared. So we'll see how APGN opens. Tesla also up to 120. Did the SPY continue up? Yeah, SPY's back up to 190s as well, waking back up on the day. But yeah, I'll definitely look into some paper traders for you. Oh, NVOS all the way back down through the 25s and dying on the day. So yeah, a lot of competition in the markets. SONN still down low. Oh wow, look at SPRB. Look at that. Let people out and then took a little nosedive back down here to the 225s. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one. And we'll keep up with what people will see if they open their scans right now. All right, I got a little bit of time. I do have a meeting at 9 o'clock here coming up at in 8 minutes. For right now, though, you know, APGN is something that is kind of doing a, was this a gap and go? APGN. Not really. If we look over here on TOS, we can see that it's been coming down for a while. It went flat for a while. Previous consolidation. Whoops, where's my price level? Previous consolidations, one like around the 275 level, but kind of flat in there. 230s. Had another bottom 184s, but I don't know where this thing's gonna land. Dallas says SPY equals TQQ equals USD Japan. Reverse. I started off trying to trade the SPY. The best way to paper trade is using an Excel spreadsheet and writing your entries and exits by hand. Exactly. Well, there's also, I think there's now inside of most paper traders they actually have um um and Lori called out TYDE. They actually have some form of Excel or documentation that keeps up with it now, which makes it so much better. I remember when I first started accounting, boy, I had to do all my accounting by hand, and it was horrible. I hated it. That's why I'm not an accountant today. TYDE, only 1 million shares traded, 37 cents. It's got a lot of competition above it. Maybe it will be some. Did they have news or something on the day, Lori? Let's see. TYDE. TYDE. Giron. ABVC. Don't see any news on that today, so I don't know about that one. Yeah, paper traders usually don't let you use the indicators, but I think it's better that they don't let you use the indicators so you can actually get to know the candles and the patterns. And then once you get into your live account, then you can add all the indicators, you know, start painting the wall, right? I think it's better that they don't do all the indicators. Learn the candlesticks, learn the formations, learn the volume story, all of that. Um, Lori says oil is ripping. No, no, don't be ripping. I don't want to pay more in gas. uh, see, oil is at 76. Started the day at 73, all the way up to 76. So a $3 move on oil. Yes, Dallas. I use candles. The only indicator that I have is the VWAP, but I pretty much am using candles, the candlesticks. Especially for the scalps that I take. I'm trading candlesticks off of the hour, 30-minute, and the 15-minute time frames. Not the lower time frames. The lower ones, I've realized my error on the lower time frames. Lot of entering on something that looks good, but it's on a lower time frame, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, okay, this looks great. I'm gonna take entry, and then I just get filleted out here in these streets. All right, so APGN did open back up. That previous level that it had was 10,000 shares at the 225, which seems to have gotten filled up there, and now it's receiving some short pressure back down below the $2 level. And yeah. Oh, that's another thing. With trying to get into any market, you may want to actually identify some patterns as well that you can look for, not to trade but to observe. Look for some patterns that you kind of are interested in. Be like, okay, I like this pattern here. Whether it's a reversal patterns or I wouldn't advise anybody to start off with breakout trading. Breakout trading is extremely it's dangerous, it's risky. And I would say learn some other patterns so you'll know why breakouts happen. There's always a why behind every move in the market. So kind of know what's going on there. Who, if you're gonna take a breakout, how quick you need to be taking profit. Is this going to be a continuation? You never know. So it's like it could always snap back on a breakout, whether to the top side or the downside. For me, I'm dip buying breakouts on the downside. I'm looking for something to come down, break out for shorts, and shorts are like, oh yeah, we're winning. And I'm in there for a dip trade back up to the upside for a reversal. For some people, they trade the opposite. They'll go long on a breakout to the highs looking for higher. Now when I start shorting, I will probably be looking for those breakouts to short and sell some shares to some of these longs that like to buy breakouts. I just want to let them pay my bills. That's all. But breakouts can definitely go either way. But the one thing that I do kind of like about breakouts is when you have a strong catalyst, when you have a strong sector, sometimes breakouts can be very, very profitable. You can make a lot on breakouts. But without that catalyst, you can get that nice snapback like APGN here with a breakout of this previous high of the 217s all the way up here to the 237s. Anybody bought this top or bought anywhere in here, even if they bought the high here, 216, they're down right now. And they're thinking, okay, this thing, as long as it holds, I'll be all right. And the shorts are like, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that, buddy. We about to take you under $2. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It is strong on the hour. This is the hour chart. It is going down and testing right above $2. So $2 breakdown could be a little bit of a flush potential. A lot of people will put their stops on whole dollars, quarter dollars, and things like that in the stock market. I haven't traded the Forex enough to know, hey, they do this or that. I've spent a whole lot of time in the stock market though, which is where I feel most comfortable. TYDE coming on down as well, only up 7%. I mean, volume's kind of dead. Oh, yeah. So I need to go ahead and get to this meeting. I just saw the time. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I will be back streaming on Wednesday. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm out and about doing some work. So definitely check it out. Now I do still trade on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll be in the Discord, and I'll drop that link once again on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I have to get to this meeting. I did not realize I'm already late. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys on Wednesday in the live stream or in the Discord on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or the Discord today. Anyway, that is it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.